Well, it's the end of another month. That means another Prehistoric Kingdom dev diary. Still anxiously anticipating this full update. Um, May 2026. All hands on deck to continue to work on different aspects of combat coming in U17. Made great strides with the addition of danger zones, whatever those are, beyond the obvious meme potential. Throwable animals and improved locomotion. Seem like interesting things. I assume throwable in the sense of like during combat, predator like will grab a prey item or something and chuck it maybe. For this update, we've had really big ideas for what could be accomplished, some of which haven't been shown yet. And we're proud of what we've been able to deliver so far. Continue considering the U17 time constraints on our team size. 7 full-time devs, 5 part-time. I never knew what the dev team size was here. It's good information to have. I'm very excited to continue adding and enhancing combat. Stay tuned for the U17 trailer coming next month. Okay, cool. So presumably next month's diary will have the trailer. So meat and potatoes of this log here. We get the other two Allosaurus variants, Anax and Europaeus. The Anax especially is a vibe. Yeah, unfortunately my zooming doesn't really work there, but I mean it's like full screen essentially. So yeah, I like that he's got these like little kind of barbs on his horns. That's never like a concept I've really thought of for an Allosaur. It's really interesting. It reminds me of something I can't quite place. But it's pretty cool. And then we got the Europaeus here. This is the smaller guy. I mean, just comparing these two, you can see how much heftier this one looks. I really like the the fact that these are both Allosaurus. It would be really easy just to do them as kind of reskins and rescales, but these are like dramatically different creatures in terms of their weight distribution, to the point where like one actually almost looks like it could be the adult and the other a juvenile. So I really like that. Very happy with the Allosaurus in general. Both of these are fantastic. The two from last time are fantastic. So cool. Very, very great. Very nice to see these. So yeah, Anax is the creature that was previously known as Saurophaganax, which turned out to be kind of a chimeric fossil. So the large Allosaur remains that were mixed in with that, I believe, is what has been reclassified as Anax. If I'm not mistaken, which I could be. There's like it's complicated. This guy's got some history behind him. Enormous predator with particularly bad temperament. Like its related species, Anax does not form social groups and prefers an antisocial lifestyle. So even the variants even have their own like social structures, which is pretty cool. Very nice shot here of the Anax harassing this poor Bronto. I think that's a Bronto, right? On the other hand, Europaeus is a vibrantly colored species from, you guessed it, Europe, sharing its formation with Stegosaurus ungulatus and Torvosaurus guernii. Found in forested habitats living together as mated pairs. I guess that's an example of what this is. Presumably the male, probably with the blue on the head, and this is probably the female. Yeah. Can look menacing as adults. The babies are super cute with light striped bodies and a fluffy coat of feathers. Definitely one of our favorite baby theropods. And there are the babies. Good looking little kid. That's also not like, this is one of the other variants. You would see the adult presumably in the background. I don't do the hatchlings for the variants in PK. Do they have the same hatchling model? I don't remember. All right, locomotion improvements. On the road to finishing combat, we've been making an animal movement look more natural and responsive. Turn faster when they want to run away, make tighter turns at high speeds, and just generally turn a lot smoother. So a particular issue for sauropods who would previously snap into their turn animation. In addition to these improvements, we've added banking to make animals lean towards whichever direction they're moving in. This isn't something we've seen in a zoo sim before, but we think it looks particularly realistic on animals like Dragosaurus and a cave bear. Cool. I assume that's what this clip is going to be. That's a if that's when the sorry, I'm speechless. The tight curve uh was especially good. This looks fantastic. If this is dynamic locomotion, like just the animal just happens to be navigating the maze with its like regular animation cycle, this is like really good. Like you actually feel the tightness of the curve a little bit. That's genuinely very cool. Yeah, like that turn right there, like that felt like a creature, trying to whip around like a hairpin turn. That's crazy. Let's talk a bit more about the behavioral backbone that makes combat a reality. As you know, PK typically strives to present these creatures in a more animalistic light. Fights or aggressive behavior occurs, there needs to be a reason. Good. 18 different profiles that mix and match various combat conditions. This sounds so good. The problem I have more than anything with the animals in JWE3 is that they just feel very robotic and artificial. Is threat, must fight is like the depth of the AI for that. This sounds just fantastic, having different behavioral hooks and triggers that all interact with each other. Determine how a species behaves. We assign them one of these profiles, which allow them to do things like become aggressive while feeding, bully other species during the mating season, cannibalize babies while hungry, cannibalize their own species while starving, fight due to overcrowding, spar during mating season, spar as siblings. 18 different profiles that mix and match various combat conditions. So it's unclear to me with this line here if determining how a species behaves, if this is, there's 18 profiles that mix and match behaviors, and every species has one of these 18 profiles, which determines how it acts at all times, or if there's kind of 18 different like conditional settings, and it will cycle through these depending on which species, what that species does. I'm assuming like behavioral differences will exist between different animals. Either way, this is pretty good. I mean, having 18 different ways for animals, like if there's 18 profiles that dictate how an animal AI will behave, that's 17 more than we have in JWE3. So, cool. Also important that when a fight breaks out, it won't always be to the death. Yeah. I mean, technically that is in JWE3. They do break and run, so that's not necessarily different. In our testing, it's been refreshing to watch predators give up or even flee if they sustain too much damage. Likewise, some herbivores are territorial and pursue their aggressors, while others might run away once the attacking party gives up. That would be cool to see. Like if Allo goes after a stego, loses the fight, runs, and the stego just gives chase. That's pretty cool. In terms of dynamic combat itself, quite a few of the elements have been integrated since last month. Still very work in progress and not very polished, but we are quite happy with how it has come along. Yeah, actually, let's go back a moment. Thinking about this, it'd be fun if you actually had like personality for the animals. Like you could have a stegosaur that was like more aggressive, then it would have like higher odds of chasing down an antagonist. That could be pretty cool. Giving not just species unique identities, but individual animals some slightly unique identities. I think that could be really neat. Animals now have danger zones, so this was what they talked about earlier, the danger zone, to signal which side of their body an attacker should be wary of, making predators or rivals a bit more hesitant and likely to move position. Okay, so basically it's saying that like a predator wants to attack a stegosaur and a ankylosaur from the front. Makes sense. Animals go for an attack. Large weight differences or big damage can launch competitors into their knockdown state. And less enough health to be able to get back up. Still tuning the look, but it's awesome to see herbivores like a sauropod, mammoth, or stego toss their attackers around. Yeah. Okay. So knockdown effects, basically. Animals can now perform reaction attacks when they're close to an opponent. This means they can swing their tail, taking a quick bite, or even slashing with their claws. Inherently opportunistic and help make things feel more alive. So less so the almost turn-based JWE3 fights and more kind of dynamic and reactive based on the positioning of the animals, it sounds like, which is cool. You know, if you're near the flank of the animal and you can rake them with your claws, you probably should be doing that. Plenty of work to be done, but this short video gives you a better idea. It's going to be pretty cool once it's all finished. I'm sure it will. Okay, we got a sauropod. Just kicking the shit out of the theropod. Yeah, the exact like moment of collision maybe needs a little fine tuning, but that was still pretty cool seeing them get knocked away like that. That was a little funny how the Rex just like walks up there and just kind of takes a nip at the side. Is there actually sound? Doesn't seem like it. Oh, did he die? Sorry, I was trying to figure out there was sound. Did he get killed? I think the impacts need a little bit of like work on timing, but you could see, you know, the development bones here of this coming together. It looks pretty cool. As you probably noticed in the video, the more damage an animal sustains, more wounds that'll appear on the body. If they survive, these wounds will eventually turn into scars. Cool. Each individual has its own procedural wound set, so no two animals will have the same scars in the same position. Awesome. That's really cool. Both the persistent scars and the different positions sounds great. We had like scarring in JWE, and I feel like there was a window in time where it was permanent, but it's kind of been phased out, or that was never intended to be permanent. Maybe they like fade away. Not sure. That's always something that's been weird. The JWE scarring stuff. Another good shot of some Allo damage there. Since animals die, predators can eat from the corpse. While we aren't balanced in the game around the idea of a self-sustaining ecosystem, this feature combined with breeding and herbivores eating from plants in sandbox should provide players with some level of ecosystem support. I'm very curious to see what sort of results come from this. Cool. Yeah, ecosystems in JW3 are not really a thing. People do them, but they're very artificial, right? Like the predators just kind of slaughter stuff. So you need like basically just have to either have automated hatcheries or have breeding functioning in a way that, you know, artificially inflates the herbivore population just to balance the nonstop murder the carnivores do. Something that feels a little more realistic and dynamic, with like proper hunting behaviors and stuff, could be really cool, even if it's not intended. I mean, I definitely am interested in doing a safari type or a game preserve type park build in PK with this once this is out. There's a Rex eating a delicious succulent triceratops, a succulent trike meal. Improve save and load menus. Save and load menus overhauled. Fresh design to share statistics and PTB saves. More differences. Should be less likely to accidentally load a park instead of saving a park. This has gotten me in a few different random games over the years where I accidentally click the load menu instead of the save menu and I just don't notice because they look basically identical. And you think you're overwriting a save, but you load it instead. That shit pisses me off. So this sounds good to me. I guess that's what this video is, huh? I didn't expect to watch a video showing the save load menu, but sure. We might as well watch it since it's here. My beautiful park. Yeah, it looks better than most of the ones I built in this game. Okay, I mean, sure. Those look like save and load menus. I don't know what else to say. And community spotlight, we might as well skim through these. We got a nice little animal handler type person. Another one. Some Allosaur fan art, classic. Acro. More Allo. Yeah, cool. Good stuff. All right, well, that's the dev diary here. Yeah, this continues to just look more and more awesome. I continue to be very impressed and optimistic with what they're doing with PK. Anxiously awaiting update 17. I've never been as hyped about PK as I am right now. Update 17 has really, really got its claws in me. Can't wait. I need this. I need it now.